You walked past a bird today. It flew away. And you probably didn't think much about it. For you, it was nothing, just a small bird leaving a branch. But from that bird's point of view, this was not a small moment. This was a survival decision. Before you even noticed the bird had already noticed you. It saw something large entering its space, something upright and difficult to predict. And that is the real reason many animals fear humans. Not because every human attacks, but because humans are not easy to read. A lion is terrifying, but a lion makes sense. It hunts because it is hungry. But a human can enter the forest with no hunger at all and still become the most dangerous thing there. That is why the bird does not wait. Hey, it does not need to know whether you are kind. It does not need to understand your intention. In the wild, waiting too long can be the last mistake. So it does what survival demands. It treats you like a risk category, a moving question, and before you get close enough to answer that question, it leaves. This is not metaphorically what we are talking about. This is not some poetic idea that animals can feel human energy. The real reason is much deeper. In 2019, researchers published a study in Ecology Letters about the fear of the human super predator. They tested how wild animals reacted to different sounds, and one of those sounds was simple human speech. Not shouting, not screaming, not hunting noise, just normal human voices. The result was disturbing. Many animals fled faster and stayed away longer from human voices than from the sounds of apex predators. Think about that. A normal human conversation can create more fear than the sound of an animal that actually hunts them. That is why humans are called a super predator, not because we are physically stronger than every animal, but because animals have learned that humans do not behave like ordinary predators. A predator follows the rhythm of nature. Humans break the rhythm. And animals feel that difference. So when a bird flies away from you, it is not only reacting to your body. It is reacting to the history attached to your species. The body is just the signal. The real fear is the category behind it, human. To many animals, humans are not just another creature in the environment. We are creatures that change the environment. A predator creates fear in one moment. Humans can create fear before anything even happens, because the animal does not know what version of humans has entered its world, the harmless one, or the one that changes everything. And for an animal, that uncertainty is enough, because in nature, danger does not need to prove itself every time. It only needs to be possible. In 2008, researchers studied wild crows by wearing a specific mask while trapping and banding them. After that, the crows remembered the face, not the clothes, not the body, the face. Whenever someone wore that same mask later, the crows reacted as if danger had returned. Years passed, the reaction continued, and then it became even more unsettling. Crows that were never trapped also started reacting to the same face. That means the warning had spread. One crow learned the threat. Others learned from that crow. A human face became more than a face. It became a warning inside the group. Now imagine that from the crow's point of view. The human is not just a large animal walking below. The human is a file, a memory, a symbol of what happened before. This is why I say animals treat you like a model, not a metaphorical one, a real survival model. They may not know your name, they may not understand your thoughts, but they can connect patterns with danger, and once that is strong enough, they do not need proof every time. They respond before the danger fully arrives. That is how survival works. A crow does not need to wait for the trap again. The face is enough, and humans are full of patterns like that. Not just faces, not just voices, but presence. In 2018, a major global study published in Science analyzed data from 76 studies covering 62 mammal species across 6 continents. The finding was shocking. When humans were around, mammals increased their nighttime activity by about 36%. That means animals that would normally move more during the day started shifting their lives into the dark, not because darkness was naturally better, but because darkness had fewer humans. Pause on that. Humans did not just change forests. Humans changed time. An animal that once moved freely in daylight now waits for night, because night has become the safer world. That is a terrifying level of influence. That is not normal fear. That is fear of a species that alters the world around it. And this is also why not every animal reacts to us the same way. Some animals live close to humans and learn to tolerate us. Some learn to use us. Some learn to fear only certain kinds of human behavior. But even then, the model is still running. The animal is still calculating. Safe enough, too close, familiar, unknown, worth the risk. That calculation never fully stops. Because from the animal's point of view, humans are not consistent. A dog may see a human as family. A crow may see a human as a remembered threat. A wild deer may see a human as a reason to disappear. Same species, different model, different history, different answer. And that is the real answer to the title. What do animals actually think when they see humans? They do not think in human language, but their body gives the answer. They pause. They avoid. They remember. They change their route. Sometimes they change their entire schedule. To us, this is normal progress. To animals, it is the disappearance of certainty. And animals live in certainty. They survive by knowing patterns. When to feed. Where to hide. Which sound means danger. Which path is safe. But humans disturb those patterns. That is why we are more terrifying. Because a predator threatens life. Humans threaten the rules that life depends on. So the next time you walk past a bird and it flies away, do not see it as a random reaction. That bird has no time to know your personality. It has no time to check whether you are kind. It only has time to read the category. Human. Now, if we put all of that together, then the answer becomes clear. Animals are not simply afraid of humans. They are adapting to us. They are building models of us. They are changing their lives around us. And the scariest part is that they may be right. Because from their point of view, humans are not just another animal in the world. Humans are the animal that changes the world. That bird did not fly away because it was foolish. It flew away because it understood something we often forget. In the wild, the most dangerous creature is not always the one chasing you. Sometimes it is the one walking calmly toward you, with no clear reason at all. We are the only species on Earth that every other living thing had to create a completely new category for. There was no template for us, and the animals that are still here are the ones that figured that out before it was too late. That's what they think about.